Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which will be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just want to get into a few pieces of information with you, Akiyam and Akwaf. Going into what's going on over there in Western Asia, which, people mistakenly call it the Middle East. But needless to say, we understand via biblical prophecy that what we see happening over there, okay, in the East, is prophecy, okay, via the build-up to the Third World War. And a lot's been going on over there. There's been big tension, regarding Russia and Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, and the latest news is what you see before you. Okay, you have Israel's been pretty much unleashing airstrikes on Syria, man, which they've taken Syria. That's the latest news. And if you know anything regarding geopolitics, you will know that Syria is allied with Russia. And as we know, America's allied with Israel. So, we can see that Israel's doing a hell of a job, drawing out Babylon, and ultimately, which is going to ultimately draw Russia, to bring the two titans together in this final, clash of the titans, in this war to end all wars, which is going to stop Esau in his tracks, man. You see, so through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, let's start here. Let's go to, because right now, hey, there's a lot of storytelling, okay? There's a lot of news and information coming out, regarding, the Third World War. But there's going to come a time where, this thing's going to spill over. But you best to believe before it does, a lot's going to happen before it, all right, in the form of what? Jacob's trouble, civil unrest, all right? Hey, famine's going to creep in. You see, these lights are going out over here in Babylon because this grid's going to go down, okay? All hell's going to break loose, man. All right, that MOTB, pursuant to Revelations 13 and 16, is going to be mandated, And don't get it twisted. Hey, we're in World War III already. We're in World War III. Okay, when those missiles fly, hey, that's the end. That's the end of World War III. Okay? That's going to cause that thermonuclear fallout, man. The Third World War is over at that point. So what we're in World War III. It has begun. It's just it's coming to a point where it's gonna reach its climax, and the climax is when those missiles fly. But up until then, there's gonna be a lot of rumors, right? Let's get this. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 46, and it reads, "Unless your heart, which is your mind in the Hebrew, right, lab, right? So, lest your mind faint, right, and you fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land." Okay, a rumor shall come 1 year, And after that, in another year shall come a rumor. Salakia. And violence in the land, ruler against ruler, man. So ultimately, let's go get this in oh god damn it. Let's get this in the blue letter real quick. So ultimately, hey, this is gonna spill over, man. It's gonna go from rumors, which rumor goes into you're gonna see here. For those of you that don't know, this word rumor.
Shemuah, Shemuah. And second entry, Shema'ah, Shema'ah. And third entry, Shema'ah, Shema'ah.
Shamawaha. If I'm saying that right, Shamawaha. Okay, and it goes into what? Report, news, okay? Under biblical usage, look at rumor, okay? Report, news, tidings. So it's being mentioned right now, okay? And it's things are happening, you know, as we can see, you know, things are happening. But it's gonna come to a point where, okay, as prophecy continues to unfold, it's gonna spill over. Okay? What we're witnessing now is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai stirring up the minds of these kings, right? And he's got them beating their plowshares into swords and weapons of war. Man, let's go ahead. We'll grab that the article. The book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 9, and it reads, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, right, which is you heathen nations. It's talking about you natural Gentiles, right? Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Okay, this is the time we're in. The time of war. No more games, man. Look it. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong, man. Okay, this is why you have nations like North Korea with ICBM missiles, man. Because this is the time we're in. The weak are now saying they're strong, man. You'll see. And as we can see, the least of the flock, okay, it's causing all types of hell, man. Okay? Now I got this clip. Let's play this clip real quick before we get that article.
7. We have huge moves being made in Syria as Israel has advanced and they have taken Mount Hermon. This is an area, as you can see here, that is not far from Damascus, and this is going to give them a strategic outpost here to see the whole area, the whole region. You can see from this angle, this is where Israel was set up most of the time, Mount Meron, and Mount Hermon was the taller peak here, which they could fly things over, and they couldn't see past what was on the other side coming at them often. Taking over this area in Mount Hermon gives them the ability to see both sides, as you can see here, and it brings into question what's going to happen to the UN base that sits up there. We know that Israel has been going back and forth with the UN, has even attacked some of their posts, and has basically told them they're going to do what they want. Israel has also strategically struck chemical weapons facilities inside of Syria. They're saying that multiple different places were hit. Long-range missiles, rockets, residual chemical weapons, and strategic weapon systems, all attacked very quickly by Israel. And this shows that they were a part of this whole thing. People out there trying to cover for them, or trolls in comment sections, this is obviously them. They were pounding positions, and they rolled tanks in, which were stationed just waiting to roll in as soon as this all went down. So they were prepared. And Turkey, Israel, on two different fronts, pretty much running Assad out of town. And we've got Russia stating that they're going to wait and see what happens with a newly elected leadership in Syria to see what they do about their bases. The rebels on the ground are saying they're not going to go nowhere near or touch those bases. They're just going to let Russia do what they do there. And that's hard to believe, but hey, the world is a stage, isn't it? When you start to see certain things like this, it's like, hold on, they got Russia right where they want them here. Israel and Ukraine connected, obviously. The West on one side, Russia and China and all the others on the other side. And Syria, one of Russia and China's main allies in the region, and Iran's. And this completely takes that away. All of the Iranian control and backing of all that is gone at this point. They folded, and Assad has asylum with his family in Moscow. It was personally approved by Vladimir Putin. So these are big events going down here, transforming the way Syria operates at the moment. And as far as Damascus and all the biblical prophecy, well, at this point, any kind of retribution attack or strike back on the region could be big, could be devastating. But I'm not sure what's going to happen from here. One thing is for sure, Israel has full control of Mount Hermon, and they called for this 7-front war. Okay? Everything shifting out of Ukraine over to this front, and this is where it sits. So I'll leave links below. Join me on the live streams going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, talking about this and a whole lot more in greater detail. See you guys there.
And you hear Dabu 7, he don't know what the hell's going on. You know, you hear him talking biblical prophecy, but what this man doesn't realize is a lot's got to play out before this thing spills over into something catastrophic. You know, but believe you me, it's going to continue to escalate as we understand, those of us that have the understanding, you know, through the Spirit. Yeah, man. But see, there you have it. Okay, Israel's taken Mount Hermon. All right, which gives them a great vantage point. Okay, it gives them a great vantage point, and it gives them leverage in this conflict they're dealing with. But they're not going to prevail though. You know, but look they're wreaking havoc, man. Let's get this. This is some natural news, and let's see here. Bear with me. This is natural news, and it's pretty much echoing what he was just going into, right? So this is dated December 10th, 2024. And the title reads, Israel continues to unleash hell on earth, right? With 250 new airstrikes across Syria, man. Okay? 250 airstrikes across Syria. And they've been hitting military bases, so on and so forth. And we're going to read it here. Look at, in the heart of the Middle East, right, which is Western Asia, Israel continues its relentless assault on Syria, a brutal, callous campaign that has left the Syrian people in ruins. Since the fall of Damascus, Israeli forces have unleashed an unprecedented wave of airstrikes, now tallying over 250 attacks across Syria's once mighty military infrastructure. You see, this is not a defensive measure. It's a genocidal act driven by Israel's insatiable desire to dominate the region. It also appears to be Israel's next move against Iran, right? As dictatorships clash for holy supremacy in the Middle East, which is West Asia. And so and like I said in the beginning of the lesson, Israel's doing one hell of a job, okay? Drawing out the daughter of Babylon, okay? Which is ultimately going to draw out the bear, okay? Because as he mentioned, and as we know, Syria is allied with Russia, and Russia is just sitting back right now, waiting on things to play out. You see? Before they bust a move. You see? And that's what we're doing. We're sitting back waiting. You know? And we're watching. We're watching very, very closely. You see? Because the thing with biblical prophecy is it's a process, man. Okay, you got to be watching. Okay? And we're not ignorant of any matter, small or great. We understand that at the end of the day, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to move, okay, on his time. You see? And individuals like Dabu 7 don't know what the hell is going on, but anyways, let's go to, bear with me, I'm just trying to maneuver real quick. Let's go to, Khan. Let's go here, real quick. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Chapter 50, 49. In verse 20, and it reads, "Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom," right? And his purpose that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Okay, we know Esau, Edom is the so-called white man. Okay, Teman will be likened unto those Germans, man. The wise men out of Edom. Okay, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And that's talking about these small hats. Okay, Israel. Gonna draw them out to where? To the third world's woe. To the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. Which is over there in the quote-unquote Middle East. See? Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them, man. Okay, because ultimately this third world's woe is going to bring the end to the reign of Esau. All right, that marks his demise when this third world's woe comes into its perfection upon those missiles flying. You see? That's what's going to knock the remote out of his hand. Okay, the scepter is no longer going to be resting in his lap. He's going to be out of there upon this third world's woe coming into its perfection. You see? Let's get a little more. Jeremiah 49:21. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. See? At the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea, man. So this is gonna bring upon the fall of Esau. And this is what we know. This is why we watch the build up to this this third world's woe. Understanding that a lot of more prophecy that's chronologically before the third world's woe's perfection has to come to pass, but we still watch because that helps us measure. That helps us measure the time. That allows us to see how close we truly are to all hell breaking loose, man. You see? And while all this is going on, you got this going down. Right? This is from Natural News as well. This is dated December 6, 2024. Right? And the title reads, "New BRICS banking system will render Western sanctions on Russia useless," man. Okay? So here it is. They're bringing, you got Vladimir Putin, right, leading the charges in this new BRICS banking system. You see? Which we know they're a part of the NWO as well. You know, this new banking system is gonna coincide, you know, with this digital technology. You know, it's not gonna be anything different. You know, ultimately, it's right in line with the agenda. You know, but this is what's going on. And hey, as it tells us in Ezekiel 38, you know, Russia's going to be, you know, leading the charge and ultimately a guard unto these other nations. You know? This is heavy. Let's get a little bit of this. former Chancellor of a cure British revenue collector, Lord Lamont of Lerwick, is warning the world that if BRICS creates its own separate banking system, separate from the US dollar, all Western sanctions against Russia and its allies will be rendered completely useless, man. You see? And we can see, this place is becoming small among the heathen, man, which goes into insignificant, non-important, because this is the time we're in. We're in the time of the transition, okay, which is going to bring on this global war. You see? And then when Russia, hey, you have to understand, they're not going to have a choice but to go at it. Because ultimately it's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that's going to stir up the minds of these kings. As it tells us in Isaiah 37 specifically, he's going to stir up the Medes. Let's go here. The book of Isaiah chapter 13. Let's start from verse 1 and jump down. Right? The burden of Babylon, which is talking to the daughter of Babylon. Google the daughter of Babylon and you'll know who it's talking about. Right? Which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Jumping down to verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Against who? Against Babylon. Who's the Medes? Russia. How do we know? Okay, when you look at the landmass of Russia, it's where the Medes once was. Okay? You have to interpret the scriptures via prophecy and make it make sense. Okay? There's nothing new under the sun. This is why we see things playing out the way they're playing out now. The Medo-Persians, right? Bringing forth the same type of energy right towards their enemies, man. You see? And it's playing out. Look it. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So there's going to be no reasoning with them. Okay? And look at, based off this article. Okay? Who's going to want to reason with a nation, okay, that's not worth reasoning with? Here it is. Their banking system's going to supersede what's going on over here in the West. Okay? There's nothing to reason. There's nothing to reason about. You see? And this is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai creating this narrative. All right? Canceling out any possibilities of peace. You see? Look at their bows, which are those arrows, which are those missiles, also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. See? No mercy. There's going to be as it tells us in Ezekiel 38, they're going to think an evil thought. You see? And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when power overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And we seen the end result of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zeboim, and Zoar, man. Okay? It's still on display as a token for us today to gaze upon. And this is what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is likening the removal of Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. Okay? So here we are. It's happening, man. Right before everybody's eyes. It's happening. Prophecy's playing out. You see? Which is what? Showing you that the Bible is undefeated. And ultimately, whether you believe or not, you are going to be in the middle of prophecy, playing out your role. Okay? So we here, man. We here, Akiyam and Akwath. We're going to stay on our watch through the Spirit. And Lord willing, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, has this come to pass sooner than later, so we can get home and get put in a position where we're no longer under the feet of these heathen, man. Stay up, Akiyam and Akwa. Stay prayed up. All right, keep your eyes open. Stay circumspect. A lot's happening. It's a lot's happening through the Spirit. Stay on your spiritual, spiritual watch, man. It's going down. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwath were edified. Shalom.